What's up, y'all? It's your girl J. Renee with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This evening, we got a brother on the phone that goes by the name Big Stay. He has a documentary that he's put together, and he's also been incarcerated since the age of 14. So we want to tap into that, talk to him about that, and, just see where the conversation goes. All right, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. I appreciate you for being here this evening so we can talk about the documentary and to us talk about some of your experiences since you've been incarcerated, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, so let's start by telling the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Well, my name is Jamel Stevens, a.k.a. Big Stay. I'm from South Sacramento, G Parkway Stars, also known as Big Stay, the prisoner's voice.
Okay, so Big Stay, the prisoner's voice. Tell us about how you got that name or where it came from.
Well, growing up, everybody always called me Little Stay because, of course, before I got incarcerated, I was 14 years old. I've been incarcerated since I was 14 years old. So, Little Stay is actually like a family name. But coming to prison, and getting older and growing older, I moved up and evolved to Big Stay, the prisoner's voice. And the reason why I said the prisoner's voice is because I realized that a lot of people in prison don't got a voice to speak for them. So I decided to be the person that spoke for them.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely did that. We didn't get to talk real deep on it, so I look forward to learning more about it. But I know that you say that you have a documentary that just talks about some things. So how did you get into, because, I do documentaries as well. So, how did you get into documentaries of all things that you could be involved in?
So the reason why I started off making documentaries is I thought that it'd be a different way to tell my story other than rap music. I see that a lot of people is caught up in to watching reality television, like TV shows and things of that nature. And that type of fashion would gather people attention, especially, the youth and community. So that's when I decided to come up with my first documentary, Little Stay, the Struggle of Young Black Men in America, which is symbolizing my life story and comparing young black males in America who are committing a crime, then getting charged as an adult at 14 years old, and then convicted for 50 years of life at the age of 16 after they lose trials, such as myself, and, just show the harsh treatment that we have to go through in America.
Mm-hmm. So this is a documentary that we can watch, right? It's on what platform it's on? Tell us where it's at.
Well, yes, okay, well, actually, I have two documentaries. I have the first one, Little Stay, the Struggle of Young Black Men in America. And also I have Little Stay, Beautiful Elevation, both on YouTube. And you can view trailers on my Instagram at big_stay_.
Big, you said big. Say it one more time because it broke up a little bit.
big_stay_.
Okay. All right, so I know you said you wanted to tell your story in a different way. Tell the people something about your story.
Well, growing up, I grew up in South Sacramento in a two-parent household until the age of 7. At the age of 7, my father was locked up for murder, which left me in a single-parent household. My mom at work. So eventually, I found my way to the streets at the age of about 8 or 9. At the age of 10, I ended up joining the gang, G Parkway, which is my neighborhood. And, we were like any other kids running around, getting into trouble, stealing bikes, stealing from the stores, having fun, acting out. But, as we got older, we started going to, skating rinks and we would start to fight other neighborhoods. So about at the age of 12, we started warring with other gangs. It wasn't nothing too serious, but it eventually got serious. When you grow up in poverty, it's like nature and nurture, because you're nurtured in your household, but, nature pulls you out of your household into your environment. So, birds of a feather flock together, and those that you grow up with and become your everyday, partners, your everyday friends, your everyday homegirl. So, this is basically like family.
For sure. Yeah, it be strong. Sometimes it can be stronger bonds than your actually blood relatives, and that's for sure. Growing up together. So tell the people one more time where it can be found on YouTube, because I think it was a little broken up. Yes.
Oh yes, you can find my both my documentaries on YouTube. Loyal State: The Struggle, Young Black Men in America, and also Loyal State: Beautiful Elevation. And I also have an autobiography on Amazon, Loyal State: The Transition.
Okay, and that's in an audiobook form, or is that written form?
No, this is a paperback and ebook format.
Okay. So when did you decide that you wanted to actually write about your experiences as well?
Well, it wasn't a big idea of mine. After a lot of people watched my first documentary, they heard a lot about how other people, seen me, saw, or felt about me, or felt about my situation, but they didn't feel that I gave myself in the documentary to explain to I was going through or what I go through on an everyday basis or everyday struggle. So then That's when everybody encouraged me to write a book. So I took their advice, and I had read 2 books. It was a George Jackson book called Brother, and then Tootie Williams' Blueberry Black Redemption, which showed how basically they grew up with a negative thought process, thinking that it was right, and then came into prison or jail and evolved and changed their way of thinking into a better way of thinking. So that's when I decided to go ahead and publish my book, Loyal State: The Transition. That's on Amazon, and show people basically, how I grew up and how I came to prison and how my thought process has transitioned and transformed into a more positive thing, such as coming into prison and graduating college and getting a degree, being first one of my mom's sons or the first one of my grandma's grandsons to be able to do that.
Congratulations. I know that made her very proud.
Yes, that made my mother and my mother very proud. They was just cheesing when I seen them. When I was walking across the stage, they was just cheesing so hard and telling me they were so proud of me that it just felt good.
For sure. So let me ask you, I know you said that you transition your thinking. That's very important, especially with growth and things like that. Like, how long did it take you to really start to see, life in a different light? Like, how long you had been in before that started to transpire in your mind?
Well, I mean, coming in at 14, you could only imagine being charged with first-degree murder and being directly filed on as an adult. And then at 16 years old, having your worst fear come true, given 50 years of life, you're going to die in prison at 16, not being able to know that you might not get out until you're there for 70 years. Basically doing your whole life in prison. So for at least the first 6 to 7 years, I didn't want to hear nothing. I was mad at the world, and I had only thought of myself. Then I think it was 2015. I had just gotten to a few altercations on the yard, went to the hole, and I came out, and they gave me an OG cellie named Steel Bill from LA, from Swans. At this time, he had been incarcerated for 36 years, and he said, "Hey, youngster," he said, "Man, they're going to change these laws, man. They're going to let you go home, man. You need to get you a girl, man. Start taking some of these classes and getting your mind on track, because growing up in a cell, that ain't no way to grow up. You're going to get out of prison, man." So and then I think at that moment, I looked at him, I said, "Damn, I don't want to be in prison for 36 years. And I think that was a changing moment.
Okay, well, shout out to him. I'm glad that you got to meet him. Sometimes all it needs is a spark, you know what I mean, to get a fire started. So what are some of the things that you've done outside of writing and creating a documentary? Like, what else you been up to?
Well, I just completed a short film. I'm working on my 3rd documentary, Brothers Incarcerated, that's going to tell the story of, different people incarcerated. I do poetry. Okay. So I'm kind of like a poet. I do a little rapping. I write letters to the youth. I donate to prison reform organizations like Anti-Citizen Coalition Justice. I try to educate the brothers on the yard and keep them in a positive mind because I see that they just need hope and they just need somebody to show them the way. So I try to be that example. But we all have our ups and downs, so you take the good with the bad. But most of all, man, I try to just if I can just change one life, man, that's all that really matters to me.
For sure. I definitely can relate. The listeners definitely can relate. We all in the same frame of mind. Let me ask you this though, like more intimately, so people can get a better understanding. Like what makes you know, or what made you say, hey, I really gotta put forth back effort into the hood, into my hood, into our youth. Like sometimes people can learn better and they just learn better and they be, chill with self. But what made you want to make sure you extended that knowledge to others?
I see a lot of these rappers glorifying the lifestyle and not telling our youth, the other side of the coin about, what they gonna go through, or if they feel out the game, how they gonna be having to sit in the cell, and all these people that they not cared about, they so-called homies, they so-called friends out. Ain't nobody gonna be there for them in this situation but they family. So I said, well, in my documentary, you actually see footage of me in the cell, or you see footage of me at the work site, depending on which documentary you watch, and it actually show you like, hey man, if you want to travel on that road, then this was going to come with it. So, make your decision wisely. Because in my first documentary, I got my best friend, Terrence Mitchell, in there. He's in the National Football League. And it shows you, like, man, you can either take my route, or you can stay focused and stay disciplined and stay simple. So I'm trying to, in the urban community, every angle of the game. Not just my words, but by showing visually what they'd be stuck in, and trying to have them think twice about if they keep heading down that direction, the cage that they gonna be stuck in, how they ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, I can't wait to really check them out for real. I'm gonna make sure that I link them up so people will have access to them at their fingertips. I know we don't have too much longer, so I want to give you an opportunity to just leave the people with some words. Technology is working against us a little bit, but I would like you to be able to address the listeners with just some gems or whatever you want to drop on us.
I would tell people, man, that just, as much time as you can with the people that you love and you care about, man, because we always think we got a lot of time, and then we find out at the end that we didn't have that much time as we thought we had. And, we seem to waste time and to, go through a lot of drama and stuff like that. And we constantly destroy relationships when really in reality, relationships is the most important thing in our life, like money, the material things, the change and stuff like that. That's, man, you didn't waste a lot of time, or you sitting back and you wish you would have had more time, because the moments that you spend with was priceless. And at the end of the day, that's what you're going to want more of. So I always think, even Nipsey Hussle, when he said life is a marathon, like obstacles, you're going to go through what you're going through, man, but don't give up, man, because eventually you're going to win that marathon. And do with those, you want to do that with those that you love, so just make the most of your time and always use your words wisely.
For sure. Tell people how they can link up with you again, so that if they want to reach out.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at big_state_. Anything or what I'm doing, because like I said, I have a film coming out, better choices. I had CND Productions. I'm working on the third documentary, Brothers Incarcerated. This one is going to be under Big State. So it's going to be Big State Brothers Incarcerated. I got that coming out soon. And I'm also working on publishing a poetry book.
Okay, we definitely going to be looking for that. You got, you a jack of a few trades. That's what's up. You got any shout out?
Yes. I would say so myself.
For sure. You got any shout outs you wanna put out?
All right, I would like to give a shout out to CNB Production Company, my boy CJ, my brother Quail, to my boy CC from Bakersfield, my boy Black from Bakersfield, my little Conatola, my best friend Terrence Mitchell, that's in the National Football League, Easy Money, Jerseys and Clothing, Ebola, my boy Prince Drayden, Banked Up Elmo, Tony Rome, to my mother, my grandmother, to my sisters, man, and those who keep me, not to forget my wife and my son. And, my godmother, and to, my community, man, that showed me support and love, man, and, unconditional love and support, man, and I share them back the same thing, man. I plan on giving back to them a lot. Shout out to my community.